much, Principal Deputy Speaker. And at the start of my remarks, I want to put on record that I'll be voting for the motion here today, just in case during my remarks that message gets lost. This motion admits that the Windsor Framework is fundamentally harmful, that it burdens business, that it diverts trade, that it creates a democratic deficit, that tinkering at the edges won't fix it. All of that is correct, and I agree with the wording and the comments. But what's astonishing is that the members whose names appears on the motion before us is in a party that is implementing all of that through the executive every single day. I remind the party to my right that they all won their seats on the basis of a manifesto which rejected devolution under the protocol. A non-binding motion here today and the videos that it will produce does not absolve you from the lies told by your party. The system is unbearably complex. The framework imposes costs and delays. The demographic deficit remains. EU law still applies. Yet those are the same arguments the DUP told the public had been transformed. If anyone said anything or to dissent from that message, we were simply dismissed as a dead-end unionist. Let us remind the House of what was said regarding the deal. Sir Geoffrey Donaldson, the then leader of the Democratic Unionist Party, told the public, "These proposals remove the border. Zero checks, zero paperwork. Our place in the UK internal market is restored." Today, as the motion rightly outlines and reminds us, Marks & Spencer tells us that 3,500 products require daily checks, accompanied by paperwork thick enough to choke a horse. The FSB tells us small firms are drowning. The Lord Scrutiny Committee tells us the so-called democratic safeguards were oversold. Oversold? That's a very polite way of saying to the public that they were lied to. And my goodness, who lied to the public? But nothing captures the contradiction more starkly than the DUP's own Gordon Lyons, who said in the DUP statement, which is still on their website to this very day, "If there is a choice between remaining in office or implementing the protocol in its present form, then the only option for any unionist minister would be to cease to hold such office." Principal Deputy Speaker, the Windsor Framework is the protocol. EU law still governs vast areas of life here. The Irish Sea border still operates every day, and yet the DUP ministers sit in office and implement precisely what they once said no unionist could touch. This motion is not bold. This motion isn't radical. This motion isn't a challenge to the foundations of the framework. It's more political theatre, condemning on one hand but complying with the other. Happy to give way, Mr. Brett.
Mr Gaston giving way. He's always up for debate. I know he's probably going to come on to the rest of our motion where it calls on the UK Government to honour the commitments that it made to the people of Northern Ireland. But I just want to put Mr Gaston on the record as his view then that the Assembly should be collapsed, that we should hand power for this place over to Keir Starmer, the very man who continues to implement the Windsor Framework.
The members in we have the boogeyman once again, Keir Starmer. I hope come 2029 Keir Starmer will not be in office. But I'm very clear, Mr Brett, Mr Buckley, Mr Martin, if there's a choice between the protocol or being ruled from London, this place shouldn't exist. If you don't have any leverage, and you might shake your head and think you've got a TikTok video, very good, that's grand. But my goodness, you're sitting in with Sinn Féin, IRA, and you're trying to say Starmer or Stormont. I don't think that washes, because come 2029, Labour won't be anywhere near 10 Downing Street. Unionism needs more than rhetoric, and it's rhetoric that we hear. It needs unionists who, when they say that they won't administer the Irish Sea border, to really mean it. It needs unionists who will not operate EU law. It needs unionists who refuse to implement north-south institutions as normal, while our east-west institutions on our links are being absolutely trashed day by day. It needs unionists who don't go into government with IRA, Sinn Féin after winning seats on the basis of
Mr. Gostin, stop using that term. It's Sinn Féin. You use it again and you'll not be called.
Well, Principal Deputy Speaker, you'll be very well apt to tell me what the right term is, whether it's Sinn Féin IRA or IRA Sinn Féin.
Right, sit down.
On that basis,
Mr. Gostin, take your seat. Okay, so Jonathan Buckley.